am Brian Sullivan. I am now the Vice President of Strategic Growth for Sullivan Engineering. We are a building envelope firm that specializes in the exterior restoration of buildings throughout the United States. When I initially started working with Ajax Union, back then I was the CEO of Sullivan Engineering, the founder of Sullivan Engineering. Initially, it was really fantastic. I wanted to be more active in LinkedIn. I wanted to be more engaged in LinkedIn. But I just wasn't intentional about it, and I didn't have the time, or I didn't think I had the time to be intentional about it. And when we kicked it off, I did an interview with Joe Applebaum, and he took that hour-and-a-half long interview and essentially created almost 3 months worth of posts. And it was fantastic. And I loved how Ajax Union kind of responded to my needs. The way it was set up initially was other business owners they dealt with wanted to review posts a week at a time and kind of a week in advance. For me, my personal preference was to do a month's worth of posts, review them, and get them out. So Ajax Union made that adjustment. What I mean by reviewing those posts, right, is they take little snippets of things that I've said in the past or things I said in the interview with Joe or interview with their team and write them in my verbiage, in my language, right, the way that I speak. And then I review them just to see if there's something I want to tweak, something that maybe because it's technical, just was outside of their area of expertise. Make the comments online, and then from there, the calendar is set and becomes automatic. We initially were working with Ajax Union just to do my LinkedIn, and I remember thinking about that investment in dollars and wondering whether or not, oh boy, is that going to be worth it, right? And seeing how that paid off so quickly by recruiting, by the strong network that LinkedIn provides. And being more present on there. As I saw that, I really wanted to work with Ajax Union more. I got to see some of the product that they provided for other firms and trusted in their capabilities and their ability to understand our niche within engineering that's really outside of their expertise of marketing, right? So we spoke to them, had several meetings with them. We're high fact finders, so we had several meetings asking lots of questions, and the way they responded each time, adjusting, learning more about our firm and our styles was just unbelievably impressive to our entire team. Having Ajax Union literally, figuratively, felt literally hold our hand through the entire process of creating the funnel, walking through what a sales cycle looks like for us, really helped us in a way kind of document what our processes are, how they work, and how much easier it was going to be, how much it was going to take off of our plate, and get to see what life would be like for us 1 year, 2 years down the road, if we were to kind of offboard that work to Ajax Union. And so far, it's been even faster than we thought it would, where they can take that and run with it. We were acquired at the end of July by a company called Rimkus Consulting Group out of Texas, a national firm. And one of the first things they mentioned to us was that our visibility on LinkedIn was something that was attractive to them because we showed our culture, we showed our core values, we showed a lot about what we can do technically just on LinkedIn, and they were able to observe that without first really having to ask a lot of questions. They could see it right there, learn more about us, and for them, it really appeared authentic. So when they reached out to us to speak to us about acquiring, they felt like they knew a lot about us already. Because all of it was authentic, and it came from conversations that I had with Joe or Michael Suarez or other members of the Ajax Union team. When Rimkus spoke to us and we had multiple conversations initially, all of it rang true, right? All of it was exactly what was out there and was completely open and honest. So that was reassuring to them, but it gave us more visibility than we ever imagined. We were looking for it for kind of recruiting purposes, for business development purposes. Never imagined it would lead to us being acquired. Firms that are similar to Sullivan Engineering, having made the Inc. 5000 for, I think it's actually 5 years in a row now, this year when that comes out. I think Ajax Union is positioned to help because they understand it. They're a fast growth firm. They have the fast growth mindset for sure. They understand what we're doing, but they set us up in a way that minimizes the amount of effort that's required from a BD team who's focused on sales, from an executive team who's focused on growing the company. And they get the message out there in a way that's very authentic, but to many different targeted groups of people. Ajax Union's ability to understand who they want to target and how to get to those specific people is really tremendous, something we hadn't seen when we looked at multiple different marketing companies. I think ultimately we spoke to about 12 different firms, and Ajax Union just blew it out of the water as far as what they could do and how they got us and how fast we operate, how fast we work. But we want to have quick, concise meetings, but really get a lot accomplished. And Ajax Union was tremendous in being able to do that. When I speak to other business owners, and if I was going to be speaking to business owners in the Inc. 500 about their marketing needs, I specifically would tell them that Ajax Union just gets it, right? They understand how quickly we move. Firms that want to grow relatively fast, they need to partner with Ajax Union because they understand what we're trying to do. They're not using old marketing techniques that are outdated or not relevant these days. Marketing has changed significantly, like most industries, has changed significantly in the last 20 years, and really probably exponentially in the last 3 to 4 years. And Ajax Union understands that, and they also understand the needs of high growth businesses. So I would highly recommend any of the firms in the Inc. 500 to be working with Ajax Union. I think the construction industry from a marketing perspective is antiquated because many, like myself, initially thought that people outside of the construction industry couldn't properly develop marketing for it, right? You had to know the technical language. You had to know what we're doing to understand it and to be able to write about it and be able to market it for it. And man, was I wrong. I was very, very wrong in that regard. Ajax gets it. They understand what they're, where they can pull language from, how they can pull things from, and they use our words. They have a great ear for how we talk and how we speak, and understanding that and then taking that out there. I was really shocked by some of the Ajax Union team members asking them after the fact, were you involved in construction? Do you have any other clients that are in the engineering related? I would think they had been doing it for 20 years just by the way they took some of our words, repurposed them in a way that sounded like they were another, seasoned industry professional. I just had a conversation with 2 of our team members that are directly involved with Ajax Union yesterday, actually, and was asking them, how's it going? How's the cadence of the meetings? Do you find the meetings to be valuable? Literally yesterday morning was that conversation, and they said they love them, which is shocking for anyone to love meetings, right? But they love the productivity of it. They love the results that are happening. They see the progress. They're getting data from the Ajax Union team on how things are progressing, and they get to see that the effort spent in meetings, the effort spent in collaborating with Ajax Union is paying off dividends. So the rest of our team is really enjoying working with Ajax Union as well. From a dollars perspective, trying to measure the return on investment, I haven't done that yet, right? And it would be astronomical if we thought about the fact that, one of the reasons for the acquisition was our visibility on LinkedIn, right? So that would be astronomical. Taking that out of the equation, making it easier to recruit by being more visible, making it easier for our clients to see us and being able to communicate is just tremendous. We haven't measured from a dollars perspective that return on investment, but really, I think that number would be huge. And the fact that initially I had thoughts and concerns about the expense just on even using Ajax Union for LinkedIn, that expense is so nominal now in compared to what we've received back, even taking the acquisition out of the equation. Anyone that's considering using Ajax Union, I wholeheartedly say jump into the deep end and start working with them right away. But if you are concerned, dip your toe in the water, start working with them, on 1 or 2 little initiatives, and you'll see very, very quickly that it's worth it. And next thing you know, you'll be fully engaged with them and swimming in the deep end like we were at Sullivan Engineering, because it is well worth the time and the effort.